Welcome back, guys. So today I'm showing you guys our race at Chuckwalla. I did say in my first video that I wasn't going to show a lot of this, and it kind of still is like that. I'm not going to show a whole lot of it because just the race day itself is already a lot. So recording it and maintaining the camera is just adds that little bit more that really isn't necessary. But I am going to show you the little bit that was recorded, give a little bit of insight. But first, I'm going to show you guys our practice day, this right now. So I'll let you go through a whole lap uninterrupted, and then I'll come back to you guys. Alright, so that was one lap around Chuckwalla, and that was just our practice day, so he wasn't really trying to follow the best line. We were just trying to get used to the track, and this was not me behind the wheel, this was someone else. I was the one passing the car in front, setting up the GoPro, because we were just trying to get used to the track, and I completely forgot, so I threw it in at the last minute. This was his last session, then we called it a day. But as you can tell, it's raining. And so we just didn't want to push the car super hard. We just wanted to get used to the track, because this is my first time and his first time ever racing on the track. We have another team member that's been there a lot of times, so he didn't use too much of the practice day. But yeah, we got used to the track. We weren't pushing the car really hard, so we weren't following the best race line. We were just kind of getting a feel for the track. So for if anyone out there is watching this video and is like, I've raced on the track, you're not racing on the race line, that's why. It was the practice day, okay? So just cut us some slack. But eventually, race day comes the next day, and we got 2 minutes into our qualifying, and almost our entire exhaust fell off from where the long tube headers meet up back. It completely cracked in half, and our whole exhaust was hanging down from the car. So he noticed he was literally like maybe a lap or two in, and he couldn't go above 4,000 RPMs because our O2 sensor is just behind the long tube header. So he feels something horrible. He can't go 4,000 RPMs up past 4,000 RPM. So he comes back, and we're not in a panic state, but we're very close to that panic state. So we pop the hood, we're looking for things, and this is in the hot pit. So just be aware that it's in the hot pit. So we're looking for anything, and then someone from the back just sees that the entire exhaust falls off, and she shouts, the whole exhaust is falling off. And I check underneath the car, and the exhaust is off the car. So we ended up pulling in the cold pit, and one of the main people, the people hosting it, sent out a group message to all the people who are in the race and asked if there was anyone who had a welder. And thank God there was someone who had a welder, and he ended up coming over and helping us re-weld the car. And we were pretty much back out there like an hour 20 minutes. But by that time the race has already started, and we're losing laps. Also, what I have failed to mention is that since the practice day, we had no issues. Like when we were working on the car, no issues. Since the practice day, we have been leaking oil out of the engine, and we can't really find out where, but we think we find out where it's coming out from, and we plug it. But it's leaking oil, so we don't have anything to fix it at the time, so we kind of just temporary solution just to get through the weekend. And it ends up becoming a worse and worse problem throughout the first day of the race, but we get through it. We just keep topping it off with oil. We ended up, one of our oil pressure gauge ended up becoming a major issue, so we ended up just pulling out and plugging it with whatever hardware we had at the time, which ended up working really well, and it slowed the leak down significantly, but it was still leaking from somewhere. But yeah, literally the entire time we were out here, it was leaking oil. We just literally every time we came in the pits, we just threw a quart of oil in and kept going, and it ended up working. We didn't run into any other issues with that, so we were perfectly fine with that. But once we got the exhaust welded back on, we were like 30 minutes late to the start of the race, but we were back out there. We were on the track, and we were going, and it was actually pretty smooth. The exhaust held on. It was fine for the rest of the day. We ended up not doing too bad. We're in Lucky Dog. They did Lemons and Champ Car previously, so we're used to $500 builds versus Lucky Dog is a little bit more relaxed. So a lot of the cars we went out against were a lot faster than we were, but for how slow we were basically getting passed by everyone. There was like maybe one or two cars that were similar speeds than us, but we were getting passed by basically everyone's. But we for how slow we were, we didn't do too bad. So we ended up going through the entire day, got the checker flag. Actually, I got the checker flag that day, which was pretty cool. And then just gonna do a quick timeout for the video of me hitting the checker flag. Wasn't that cool? Well, continue on. There was really nothing we can do about the oil chain or the oil leaking, so we just kind of dealt with what we had for the weekend. We just did the same thing the next day, just kept topping it off and whatnot. And honestly, the second day went a lot smoother than the first day because our exhaust didn't fall off for one. So we literally no problems the second day. It was very smooth. Very fun day. I ended up one of our teammates. He's very aggressive and he knows the track a lot better than I do, and he set some pretty impressive lap times. But he also went off track a few times, and I was 2 drivers ahead of him. So like he went out there for I think it was like an hour and a half. Then one of our other drivers went out there for a little bit, and then I was up next. So then when I went, I wanted to try and at least get close to some of his lap times, and honestly I did. I got really close. I was 2 seconds off. He got like a 2:16.2 2:01 and I got a 2-minute 17.9, I think. So like basically 2-second difference. So, but we all had fun. It was great. It was awesome. We came, I think 6 in our class out of 17 cars, and then 22nd overall out of, I think it was 36 cars, something like that. But it was a really fun weekend. Yeah, it was really fun. I'll show you guys some clips of that. I have a few pictures and videos. My mom made this little video of me in my suit and racing a little bit. It's completely unedited by me. It's 100% edited by my mom. So I thought it was pretty cool. So yeah, I'll show you guys. So I think that was pretty cool. And honestly, I think I look pretty good as a crew chief, to be honest, despite the fact that I'm biting my lip unknowingly, because I'm paying attention to the driver and not my facial expression. But yeah, in case you were wondering, I also had the signs out there that I made, if you watched my video on that. So both of my signs were out there. We did mainly only use the cookie one because it was just so big and obvious. Like, you could obviously tell there's a giant cookie. It's hard to miss, so it worked really well for what it was. And we didn't use the other one, but we had the other one. We honestly just kind of stuck it on our trailer for like 10 minutes, just kind of as a joke. But yeah, the signs were there, in case you were wondering. And this is a video of me coming out of the pits ever, like first time ever coming out of the pits. So you guys can just enjoy it. So that was fun doing for the first time ever. And then also my mom got this super cool slow-mo video of me taking a corner, so I'll show you guys that. And then on the second day, one of our other drivers got the checkered flag, and honestly I think it was really cool because he was in front of one of the cars, and it was just a really good shot. I'll just show you guys. And there's the money shot. That just looks so good. Well, alright guys, that's about all I got for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you made it this far, feel free to subscribe and like the video, or don't. Do whatever you want, I'm not the boss of you. But I hope all of you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys around.